Hey everyone, Nubkeks here, and welcome to our chill guide to Plaguefall for week 1 of the Shadowlands, or week 2 as well, going in on Mythic difficulty. We're at roughly low 140 item level going into this run, so certainly if we can do it, you can do it too. We're going to be, pausing and fast forwarding and zipping around all that during this video. If you want to see the full unedited raw run of this one, this is actually quite a messy run for us. We wiped on a few of these bosses. You can see that. That's up on my Patreon for the patrons over there. We're going to skip this with a Rogue Shroud. Obviously, you don't need percentage because this is just Mythic 0. There's a lot of mobs in here. If you do have to clear through, then good luck to you. Go down the right-hand side, I think. You can have to kill all these mushrooms. The right-hand side, I think, is nicer than the left-hand side. These ones keep spawning ads. The beehives, they're nasty, so I'd recommend go down the right hand side, clear through slowly. The nasty thing about that section is there's lots and lots and lots of ads kind of in the sides that are hard to see, so it's very easy to accidentally body pull some ads that you didn't even know were there. So just take your time, go through slow if you have to go through. Obviously use a rogue to skip it if you can. It's much nicer. These slimes, they're not too bad. Just AoE them down, grip them down. Blood DK blasting with that necrotic limb. Cool. Definitely not a strength here if the Shadow Priest feels bad. But yeah, just kill all these slimes. They drop pools and they die. They're not too bad. They don't do much. Then you're going to fight two of these mini bosses. They're kind of like the big boss we're about to fight. They're going to do like a frontal cone attack, and they're also going to summon in some slimes. The slimes will heal them when they get to them, so slow the slimes down. You can stun them. On Mythic 0, you're able to just kill these guys before the slimes really do too much. Again, try to drop in stuff. I should have dropped an AoE fear there to try to control them. But yeah, you can see even if the slimes reach them, it gives them a buff. But we'll be able to kill these guys off. That's fine. It heals them up a bit as well. But yeah, they die off. The boss has similar mechanics, right? This is the boss, Globgrog. This guy is potentially a pug killer boss as well. So he really only has two core mechanics you need to watch out for. Plague Stomp, he's going to knock you back and put a slow on you, a disease. Dispel diseases if you can. Then you want to get in close to the boss because he's going to do a slime wave after that, which is this big cone, as you can see right there. Again, if you think about it, right? So I'm slowed down from this disease. Because I'm close to the boss, this cone, I only have to walk this far to get out of it. If I was back here, I'd have to walk this far. I wouldn't have been able to get out. I would have been smacked by that cone and taken a huge bunch of damage. So that's sort of the core rhythm of this fight. You get into the boss, be near to melee range of the boss. You're going to get knocked back, get back close to the boss again so that you can dodge the cone. That's really the rhythm of that fight. Now, he also summons in the slime ads. On Mythic, there's a really, really big one, and there's 3 small ones. Again, try to CC them. You can kill them off. I think we kill the big one. But I think the small ones get to the boss for us, and we still managed to kill him just fine. We're going to sort of nuke him down. Yeah, those small ones are definitely, I think, going to reach the boss. Going to try dot them up. You can see we're slowing them down with the blizzards. The druid is pulling them back, but yeah, they're reaching the boss. We don't have enough damage here. Plague Stomp. This is where it gets a little bit spooky. Okay, we actually did kill most of them. That's good. Yeah, the slime wave got a little bit lucky there. Obviously, I really would have struggled to dodge that. Use your movement, use defensives if you are going to get caught, and then burn the boss down. And that's that. That can go kind of bad pretty quickly, though. That's for sure. Now, moving into... Oh, there's item level, by the way. 147. Moving into this next section. This is quite interesting because you do have these... let me see. Are we actually going to use... Yeah, we are actually using... No, we're not using one here, I don't think. It's hard to see. There are these bombs. So you see, there's a bomb canister there. It's kind of hard to see. But there are these bomb canisters around the place that you can kill, and then they will explode and do lots of damage to these enemies. This is especially, or somewhat useful against the Blighted Spinebreaker. When you kill him, he's going to spawn out 5 little blobs that you definitely need to kill, because they're going to change into a big thing otherwise. This is quite a nasty pull. I wonder if we die here. I can't remember now. I don't think so. Yeah. Okay, they're the ads you need to watch out for. When you kill this, let's zip back a little bit. We kill the Plague Borer. He spawns into 5 that are going to cast Metamorphosis. You can see they have 4k health. They're super squishy. Super squishy. But yeah, just try to kill them off if you can. If you don't kill them off, will we get a spawn? Not quite. It was close, though. But yeah, definitely try to kill them off. If you don't, they're going to spawn more ads, which is kind of annoying. See, there's a barrel there. There's a barrel there. So you can definitely use these barrels, their explosions. It's a little bit awkward to do, and it's not that necessary in Mythic 0. We push through the right-hand side and on through. Again, coming through here, we've got some barrels. They're not very useful here, though. You can have these 2 ads continually spawning in, and these ads will eventually explode, so just sort of tank them and then don't be in the explosion when they ultimately go off. We didn't figure there was much point in killing them. More importantly, this is a recurring mechanic of this whole dungeon, or this next section of the dungeon. You're gonna have a tentacle here, and then you can see these green swirly patches. When I play, it's a bit more obvious right there. Right there. These will spawn these tentacles, so yeah, watch out for those tentacles. You'll learn this very quickly doing this dungeon. But yeah, just kill off the tentacles, push your way through, and yeah, then you're gonna be good. There we go, we fixed the thing. Let's kill the slime tentacles, come up here. We can fight this guy. There's, again, just these ads are going to be exploding, so watch out for that. He does some nasty casts, but kill him off, and then we're going into the next section. Now, the weird thing about this one, right, there's the boss back there. When you start killing the ads on these platforms, the boss is going to start hopping around the platforms, so be very careful about this boss. You can easily pull this boss while you're fighting ads, which is probably going to be a wipe. Just if that does happen on Mythic Zero your first week when we don't know the pattern all that well, you're not comfortable with it, maybe your group is pugs, you don't know about it, be very careful. Focus on killing off the ads first. You want these platforms to all be free. You need every platform cleared for the boss fight. We started off here on the left. Again, these ads, you can just kick them. They're not going to do anything too bad. And we're going to start coming on through. We actually wipe here because we did end up pulling the boss during one of these packs. There we go. Actually, he jumped onto us when we killed this one, and we end up running onto an ad pack then a little bit later on. So you can see eventually we get over here. Yeah, we land over here. We're doing fine. Oh god, we didn't clear off this platform of ads, and we're all going to die horribly. Not so good, not so good. I think we actually wiped this boss a couple of times trying to figure out exactly how he works. So there's another wipe. Let's see where we actually get the kill. We have to re-clear those ads because you spawn at the start of the dungeon. So, here we go. Dr. Ickus. We've got it worked out now. We know how it works. Here we go. So, Dr. Ickus. Slime injection. This is the first mechanic you need to watch out for. Puts a debuff on the tank. That needs to be dispelled ASAP. Extremely quickly. It makes a little slime. He dies very quickly. That's fine. Dispel that as soon as possible. Do not leave that on the tank or you're going to be super screwed. The boss will periodically jump away, use movement things here, like we use Stampeding Roar from the Druid to zip on across, and then he's going to do a couple of things. So, number one, there's going to be this big ad that's going to be channeling this 30-second cast. It will explode at the end and probably wipe your group. You could all pop defensives and live, but generally speaking, you want to kill this ad off. Now, he's also going to be doing, this is where this gets a little tricky, and this is what caught us out. Two abilities going off here at the same time that are dangerous. Number one, the Congealed Slime. The Congealed Slime gives damage reduction to all its allies that are nearby. Okay, so if you, this is where we wiped one time, is we were like tanking Ickus on this thing. We had the Congealed Slime there and this, and we were trying to, you know, kill this and Ickus and kind of ignoring the Congealed Slime. We're going, wow, stuff isn't dying. What's going on? This is giving damage reduction, so you need to kill the Congealed Slime off before you get on the boss. Ideally, the tank could take this slime and the boss and move them further away so that the damage reduction aura is not going on to the Plague Bomb ad over here. This cast as well, Bursting Strain. The boss is going to spam cast this. It's a very fast cast if he does not have someone tanking him in melee range. So you can see casting. You can kick it, and you definitely should. Definitely should. So that the tank can focus on moving the Congealed Slime. Generally speaking, though, the priority is really to, you know, have the tank pick up this and bring it with Dr. Ickus and try to bring them away from this little Plague Bomb so that you can kind of control it. But yeah, Dr. Ickus, if he gets off those Bursting Strain casts, that's going to wipe your group very, very quickly. So there we go. We kill that off and focus down the Congealed Slime. And yeah, that's sort of the rule of this, right? Dispel the tank ASAP and just kill ads. Kill ads over killing the boss. Kill the boss once the ads are actually dead and dealt with. That little ad that's doing the erupt, you can actually walk over him and he'll die. But that's basically the whole boss. You should jump away probably once more. There we go. And again, you're going to rinse and repeat. He's low enough. I think we might kill this to be safe. But he's low enough that you could really do anything. And there you go. He goes down. So definitely, if you don't know the mechanics of that boss, I think it is going to catch you out in a pretty nasty way. This next room here, again, we've got lots of these tentacles hiding away. So watch out for them. I think we just go pretty much straight through. So we kill the tentacle here. And then we're just going to go across to this one. There's a tentacle over here, so come across to this platform, then kill this tentacle. While you're in this ooze, it's going to stack up a debuff, so you do need to kill this thing pretty quick, and then you'll get to safety. But that's, I think, the quickest, or one of the quickest ways through. That's what we did, and it worked well for us. But yeah, just watch out for those stacking dots. The tank's going to get fairly battered if you're not quick. All right, coming into this next area, there's lots of mobs in stealth. You want to run around this whole area one pack at a time and kill them all off. You can see this Brood Amateur in stealth. So make sure to kill them off as quick as you can. Stealthing's cast. I think you want to kick that. It's going to spawn in a bunch of spiders in stealth. And they're going to do this ambush cast. This is going to do a lot of damage to players. Let's see if some of these casts go off. Yeah, they go off. We got chunked a little bit. Wasn't too bad. I think they did nerf that down from beta. On beta, that would absolutely destroy people. It was really nasty. As you can see, lots of things you can kick there. This enveloping web is going to put out this circle that roots you if you stand in it. That's a bit nasty. I think it's more about controlling the stealth things and watching out for them. One of the archer guy has frontal cones. Bulwark of Maldraxxus. Again, another thing that you can stun is going to put a damage reduction aura on everybody. Yeah, pretty nasty, right? These stealth things. It's all about just pulling smaller packs at a time. We might actually wipe here. Looks like we probably do. Oh no, we pulled through. Wow, look at us go. That's a little lucky. But yeah, that's kind of a nasty room. Lots of stuff to stun. Use your stuns, your fears, crowd control. Keep these guys locked down. Try to interrupt those crucial abilities, and you'll be okay. Now, once this whole room is cleared, we come into the boss. I think we actually wiped to this boss the first time because it had changed slightly from the beta. On the beta, you were able to simply walk over these ads that are going to spawn, and that would be fine. That has changed. You now need to use damage. So if I zip on ahead, we're going to like go in and wipe here. Let me show you the run here the second time, because this is how you're actually supposed to do this boss. This would be a lot cleaner. So she's going to be hitting the tank. That's fine. You want to be stacking with your team basically at all times. If you're separate from your team, you're going to get a debuff that will ultimately stun you. The solitary prey, it's very obvious when this is on. This means you need to stack with your group. She's also going to target a player with this big circle ability, which is going to do an AoE stun. So simply stack up with your team, stack up with your team. Then when you get the big circle around you, move out from your team. You know, when the circle's about to go off, have it explode off of your team, then come and stack back up so that you're not a solitary prey. And that deals with most of it. Now, her other thing she's going to do, this is really important, is she's going to spawn in a bunch of these Brood Assassins. They're going to be in stealth on these web patches. You need somebody with AoE damage to go over there and knock them out, right? So, for example, the tank could run around and I could channel Minds here on the tank. You need to damage these guys, get them out of stealth as quickly as possible, break this web wrap. That's what happens if someone is solitary for too long. But yeah, just zip around, knock them out. Just hit them once, knock them out of stealth, group them all up. This is really important that you do this fast, right? It's really important. Here we go. You can see the solitary prey. Gonna move out with this thing. Take the hit, then stack back in. It's quite forgiving, the timers here. So no real stress there. Those ads, the longer they stay in stealth, they're not only doing lots of damage to you, but they're stacking a damage debuff that goes higher and higher and higher. So if you waste any time, you're going to get screwed. So watch what happens here. Look at this. Our mage blinks out, Arcane Explosion. Our rogue sprints out, breaks him free. Mage just blinked through, Arcane Explosion. I've dropped the circle off, and then we restack back up. All the ads are grouped up. Just cleave him down. Simple. Very clean. This is a boss that is basically wiped every single group I saw on beta. Because they didn't know how it worked. It's a pug killer. But once you know how this boss works, as you can see right here, and people actually do the jobs, very simple. Boss falls over. Not too bad. Finally, coming through here, these ads, these devoted ads, tanks watch out. Tanks watch out. These move very slowly, but they hit extremely hard. And you've got a bunch of packs in here. Again, on Mythic 0, these aren't that bad. DPS, just AoE them down. Melee DPS, watch out for being meleeed. Tanks, be careful. Watch the threat. For melee especially, be careful. Freaking the Necrolord Death Knight ability, grabbing all the ads in on top of you, has some downsides, because it's sort of playing to the ad strengths, isn't it? But yeah, they're not too bad. You kill them all. For us, this guy actually bugged and he went to the entrance. There's a mini boss that's supposed to teleport around to each pack of mobs, so just follow him around. He went to the entrance for us, which is definitely a bug, and then we were able to kill him at the entrance. He's supposed to go to each mob pack at like every third of his health. But anyway, kill them off, and you kill off all these ads, and you go into the final boss. And she's very cool. Again, possibly another pug killer. I think she's a bit easier than the other bosses, though, with the current tuning. She was really broken on beta. She would, like, one-shot people with Infectious Rain. It was hilarious on Heroic. But anyway, here on Mythic 0, it's working fine. So, you're fighting the boss. Again, she's smacking the tank. The Malignant spawn, you do need the tank to be in that circle, or somebody to be in that circle for the touch of slime, or else it's going to do lots of damage. Lots of stuff happening here. In fact, let me talk about these first. So we just pushed through that very quickly because of our damage. Infectious Rain is like a really high group damage group damage coming through. So when Infectious Rain comes in, that's a good time to use defensives. Your healer wants to be looking to use healing cooldowns. She phases every third of her health. So Bloodlust, for example, is useful for the last third, but not really on pull here. But yeah, beat in the Touch of Slime, kill off the ad, Infectious Rain, healer needs to heal. You guys can use defensives, you can dispel it, it's a disease. Now, the other mechanic here, as you'll see through this intermission, we got a couple of things happening. First of all, devoted ads are spawning in. Again, these are the slow guys. So DPS, just kill them off when you have time. The tank can kite them. You do need to kill them, but it's not a massive rush. The more important thing is that you deal with these tentacles properly. There's a few different patterns that happen here, and these tentacles will do a massive amount of damage if they hit you. So for example here, this is the pattern, right? We had one, it's going to slam down. So do not be standing in that area. Then afterwards, very shortly afterwards, all these other tentacles are going to slam down. So what you want to do for this pattern is you want to stand here beside this tentacle. When it slams down, step into it. That's now the safe zone. And that's generally speaking the pattern, right? You want to dodge the first tentacle hit and then get in there as quick as you can to dodge it. We should get another wave here as well. So you see another wave. Again, one tentacle. Get over beside it. Be damaging the ads as you go. So just waiting. The slam comes down. Step into the safe zone. And then the rest are going to slam down. That's one pattern. We'll try to show you some other patterns. Again, the second section is just the same thing. I think we might get the same pattern here. Hopefully we get a different one. Again, the same one. One tentacle and then a lot of tentacles. Spires of Ascension. Grats, Guild. Good job. Again, for the melee DPS, it's difficult to do your job. The priority is dodging these things. Again, another one tentacle. That's unfortunate. And then, okay, where it gets crazy then is in her third phase. So when she comes back out of this, you're probably going to have some of these devoted ads still alive. And she's going to be summoning these tentacles during this phase. This is where you would Bloodlust if you had Bloodlust. We obviously don't. Infectious Rain, lots of group damage coming out. You still have some of these ads. And tentacles will continue to spawn during this phase. So it's a big boss burn. Here we go. We got the tentacles. This is another pattern. Okay, so with this pattern, it's just going to go around the room. And then they're going to slam down in that order. So I've actually kind of gone a bad direction here. You'd want to, like, kind of follow through. Once you get to an area where the tentacle's already been, you're totally safe, right? That's a different pattern. So there's a few ones. Essentially what you need to do, make sure you dodge the first tentacle, but then wherever a tentacle has slammed down already is now a safe zone. So be where the tentacle just slammed. And there you go. That was Plaguefall. Yeah, guys, I hope that you enjoyed. Obviously a little quick run through here. I think there's quite a few. This is a cool dungeon, and there's definitely a few tough bosses here. This is the one I think we had the most wipes on. Just trying to figure out the mechanics, but once you know them, I think you'll be in a good spot. Guys, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for more. Bye-bye.